Whether it's clouds or sun, this dreary day is not deterring hundreds of Rochester voters from rushing to the polls. KIMT News 3's Evan Berg has been monitoring voter turnout at 3 different locations. He's joining us live at Graham Park. Evan, what can you tell us? How excited are voters out there?
Jess, since we last checked in with Graham Park at noon, there's been around 300 more voters who have come out to vote. That is bringing the grand total to around 800 so far here in Ward 1 at the Graham Park voting location. And out of around 2,500 registered voters for the precincts that vote out here, they're hoping to have at least 1,000 by the time the election ends today. The voters I spoke with are describing this as the most crucial election of our time. Whether it's weighing in on the presidential race, a local race, or a school referendum, the voters say you don't want to sit this one out with so much at stake.
You just get in, the volunteers have been great. I nearly stole one lady's pen, but other than that, it was fantastic.
It literally takes less than 3 minutes to vote.
I think it's important to do our civic duty, and I encourage everyone to come out and vote. And that's why I brought my daughter this year, so that she could have that example and to see what the process is like.
Did you guys have fun today? Yeah. At Ward 1 and at Ward 5, the busiest times I've heard from polling locations so far were at 7 a.m. this morning and at around 10 a.m., where I hear there were some pretty long lines from people trying to get ahead of the workday and the lunch rush, ironically enough creating a rush of their own. But poll workers don't seem to be complaining out here. Live in Rochester, Evan Berg, KIMT News 3.
Now, Evan, it's looking pretty quiet right now behind you. Are you seeing any lines inside the doors, or is it pretty easy to get in and vote?
Right now, no lines. Pretty easy to get in and vote, although we do have a lot of people parked here, so I would say we probably have at least half a dozen in there right now voting, and a few more on the way if you see that car.
So maybe think about walking to the polls as long as you have that umbrella. Thank you, Evan. Well, there are about 4 hours left until you can no longer cast your ballot. They close at 8 tonight, so if you haven't made it out, you do have plenty